Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives teases that Holly Jonas will probably snap as Sophia Choi keeps displaying her vindictive side on Thursday, August 8. Holly will likely confront Sophia about her obsession with making Tate Black, Leo Howard, and Holly pay for it, and Sophia will likely release her fury. It's possible that Holly may eventually change her mind and make a sincere attempt to mend their relationship, but Sophia will have to choose whether or not she can forgive Holly for her treachery. Tate will need to decide how to handle things now that he's seen Brady Black in the town square on Thursday's episode of Days. Will Tate invent a lie to justify his early departure from Lacrosse camp? Moreover, will Tate's product be purchased by Brady? According to DOL spoilers, Paul Narita may voice worries about Brady and his strange recent conduct, since he will require some advice from Andrew Donovan. Nevertheless, Marlena will see her true love again in the hospital, where Paul and Brady will finally have a heartfelt reunion with John Black. After all of the drama surrounding his abduction, John is finally safe, and he will relish his return and the opportunity to see his loved ones. According to teasers for other days, Jack Devereaux will be back with Chad Dimmerang in Poplar Bluff, whereupon Chad will display the piece of jewelry he discovered that seems to have belonged to Abigail Dimmerah. Annalyn McCord, the mystery lady, is most likely the one employed by Clyde Weston and the one who was feeding John throughout his confinement. Fans of DOL might anticipate that Jack and Chad will catch sight of this mysterious lady listening in on them. When he realizes that she resembles his beloved Abby, Chad will grasp her and reel. This strange woman may be suffering from amnesia or changed recollections, since she will not admit to being Abigail. However, it's possible that she isn't the genuine deal. In any case, spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate that Jack and Chad will ultimately insist on a DNA test, so the mystery lady ought to give in and agree to accompany them back to Salem. We'll be updating you on all the surprising news to come, but stay tuned for further twists about this enigmatic individual that resembles Abigail, based on our day's forecasts. According to the Days of Our Lives spoilers recap, Gabi Hernandez Dimmerah supported E.J. Dimmerah's public expose on the grounds that Eric Brady had a right to hear Jude Brady's true story. Gabi said he received what was rightfully his, despite Stephen Dimmerah's contention that he truly only wanted to get even with E.J. Gabi wanted to go home and put this behind her, but Stephen claimed they couldn't because Gabi had abandoned him to face with the consequences of her actions. Nicole Dimmerah gave an explanation of the press conference narrative at the airport, revealing how Gabi had disclosed Jude's paternity. Eric also discovered that E.J. remained silent after discovering that Sloan Peterson had manipulated all of the DNA test findings. Before revealing that E.J. believed they would get back together if they knew Eric was the father, Nicole gave Jude over for a touching father-son reunion. Eric postponed his relocation and made plans to remain in Salem after realizing he couldn't accept that job in Paris at this time. Holly Jonas heard some of E.J.'s rage during Tuesday's Days episode at the Dimmerah home and wondered what was going on. After E.J. revealed all of the controversy around his paternity, Holly admitted to being perplexed. A part of Holly blamed E.J. for the suffering he had caused Eric and Nicole, but she also couldn't hold him accountable since she had been desperate enough to tell such a falsehood. At one point, Stephen and E.J. got back together, and although Stephen attempted to explain that he didn't intend for all of this to happen, E.J. maintained that the harm had already been done and was still vindictive. E.J. hoped they could discuss things out when Nicole got home later. Rather, Nicole said she wanted a divorce and took off her wedding band set. When Eric and Gabi returned to the town center, he saw Gabi and complimented her for acting morally. Gabby looked pleased with herself and acknowledged that she owed Eric one since she had kept Rachel Black's bone marrow until she had an immunity arrangement. On Tuesday's episode of DOOL, Theresa Donovan and Brady Black were waiting for Tate Black at the townhouse when Theresa became enraged and accused Brady of trying to persuade Robert Scott Wilson's character, Alex Kyriakis, that she was a money digger. Brady was honest about his hypothesis about the suitcase in Greece, but he later apologized for guessing since Theresa had suddenly declared herself to be a morally upright lady. Tate handed Aaron Green his driver's license at the park to use as identification for the lacrosse camp. He claimed he reported his loss to the DMV and they would issue a replacement. Tate and Aaron were momentarily alarmed when Alex appeared on Tuesday's episode of Days and said that he knew what the lads were up to. Luckily, Alex mistook Tate's phony ID for an ID scam, thus it turned out to be a false alarm. Alex promised not to share the news since he'd had many of them in his younger days. Tate told Brady and Theresa they didn't need to transport him to the airport after he returned to the townhouse. Theresa protested, but the attorneys required the prenup to be signed immediately, so Alex phoned her home to get her signature. After all, Brady allowed Aaron to drive Tate, so everything lined up for Aaron to make his trip to New York, leaving Tate and Holly eager to start planning their summer together. On Tuesday's episode of Days, back at the townhouse, Brady was taken aback when Eric appeared with Jude, as he was expected to be traveling to Paris. Brady was perplexed when Eric said that he believed Brady would want to see his nephew. Stay tuned for our predictions on Nicole's impending departure and updates on how it will impact things. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Eric will continue to build his relationship with Jude and prepare for a new chapter. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, a sneak peek for the week of August 5, 2024 has been made public. Jack Devereux and Chad Demura find a mysterious lady to be saved. Hattie Adams and Bonnie Lockhart Kyriakis get back together. Fiona Cook and Brady Black grow aggressive. In the meanwhile, Remington Hoffman's character Connie Viniski swears to bring Li Shin to justice. Discover what will happen next in the Peacock soap opera by continuing to read. The promo footage for the week of August 5 on DOOL shows Jack and Chad breaking through a door. According to spoilers, there Jack and Chad discover someone. But when Jack and Chad approach the lady, she declines to identify herself as Abigail. She is thus either completely forgetful or believes she is someone else. As she asks calmly whether they believe she might actually be this Abigail person, I can't help but think about forgetfulness. Hattie may also be seen at Brady's pub in the promo trailer. Although Hattie and Marlena have identical appearances, they are quite different people. Having said that, Hattie practices her lines in Brady's pub. Hattie declares, "I want you to kill my husband," very loudly. At that moment, Bonnie enters. Bonnie could first believe that Marlena Evans, Dagger Hall, is discussing John Black. Bonnie will soon discover, however, that it's Hattie. There will be a ton of antics in Salem now that these two ex-felons are back together. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Greek danger for John Black. According to teasers for the week of August 5, John may also be seen in the promo clip. As of right now, John is still in Greece, and Steve Patch Johnson had to inform Kayla Johnson and Marlena of some concerning news. The teaser slip depicts John in a dimly lit room, strapped to a wooden chair. John has a gag in his mouth and is unconscious. Who is keeping John captive, and for what reason? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.